y'all did have 2 days? All right, everybody on inside, come on in and get a good seat. All right, everybody on inside, here we go. Look here what we got to start with. With the bull, 120 now one, every one, another one, another one, 120 on the money now one, every one, another one, another one, every one, another one, another one, about 20 now one, 121, 121, 121, $120, Marty 18, Marty 18. 153 now 4, 153 now 4, money 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 58, 9, 161, bit of 2, bit of 3, bit of 4, bit of 5, bit of 66, 165, $6, 165, Lone Star 1, 165. Okay, watch him now. There he is, good boom. It's happening. 185, 86 out of it, 85, money, $6. 85, 6, 7, 87, 88, 88, 9, 89, 90, 91, 2, 3, 4, 195, 96, 197, 97, 98, 98, 9, 99, $2, $8, 1, $1, $1, $2 a pound, Lone Star 1, Lone Star 1. Okay, got in there last night. 130 now one, every one, money one. Right hand leg a little bit, 131, 2, 131, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 38, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 148, 49, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 155, 6, 7, 8, 58, 58, 58, 58, 58, 58, 157, Marty 18, Marty 18. Little bit of stoffel, not bad. Number 160 now one. $160 one. Money 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 71, 2, 3, 4, 74, 75, 75, 75, 174 Lone Star 1. Okay, got in here from Fort Stockton last night. Okay, so two head. 80, he would have won 80, and I'm on 80 on the money, and I'm on 81, 81, 81, 82, but about 3, but about 4, but 5, but 86, 7, 88, 89, 90, but 91, he would have won 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, but a bit 4, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 98, 9, 98, but about 9, but about 9, but about 9, $98, fried 2, fried 2, fried 2, $1, now $1, he would have won money, $1, now 101, 2, but a bit 3, but a bit 4, $3, $4, $5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 107, $107, $7, 106, Marty number 8, Marty 15, Marty 15, Marty 15. 7 hand, 270, 92, 272, money 2, 2, with a bit of $2, 76, 78, 82, 84, 86, 88, 92, with a bit of board, but a 96, 98, $3, 2, 4, but a 7, with a 8, but a 10, 12, with a bit of 14, with a 314, 314, 314, 312, D&D 94, D&D 94. It's having a minute 115, 116, 115, 16, 17, $17, 16, now $17, 18, 19, 21, and 2, with a bit of 3, with a bit of 4, with a bit of 5, with a bit of 7, with a bit of 7, 28, $28, $29, $9, now 9, 30, with a bit of 130, 131, every $1, every $1, 130, Tom 1, 130, Tom 1. Two head over there. What's happening here? 95, 96 dollar, 95, 96, 96, 95, 96 dollar, $6, but 95, 96 dollar, 96, 96, 96, 96, 96, 95, Marty number 15, Marty 15. Happening here 75, 76, 75, $6, money 6, 75, $6, 75, $76, $6, bit of 75, 96, 96, 96, 75, fried 2, fried 2. It's happening here. $60 now one. $60 now one. Money one. Everybody one. Everybody one. 61. Everybody one. 60 fried 2. Okay. Okay, there one head. Up at habit has happened 125, 126, one hit, by the scale, money six, 125, $26, going on, 127, 127, $8, $9, 30, bitty, bitty, 1, 32, 31, 32, 32, bitty, bitty, 2, 131, Marty, 41, Marty, 41, 120 now one, bitty, 1, 120 now one, 120 on the money, now one, bitty, 1, 21, 122, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25, 124, 95. So, but you do it 5 out of 5 out of 5. 124, Marty, number 2, where we at? 41, 25. Marty 25, Marty 25, Marty 25. 7, hey, bull, yearling, $2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 2, 224, 226, 28, 228, 228, 226, Nolan 29, Nolan 29. It's happened, hey, 130 down 1, 31, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 37, 8, 39, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 147, 7, 146, Lone Star. Mo, 240, 92, 10 42, 4, 242, 4, 444, 94, 94, 94, 242, 4, 444, 244, 244, 242, Nolan 29. It's happening, $160, $2, 160, now 2, money, 2, 4, 2, 9, 4, 9, 4, 64, $6, $6, $8, 70, 172, 172, 174, 174, 6, 176, 76, 74, $6, $6, 6, 174, Marty 18. Okay, 4 head of them. They are branded. Have to be a 639. 95, 97, 95, 97, 97, 95, 97, $97, 95, 97, 95, 97, 7, 97, 97, 97, 97, 99, $1, $3, $5, $7, $9, $11, $11, 13, 113, 111, Marty 639. 85, 86, 85, money $6, 85, 6, 7, 8, 9, 91, every 1 to 1, every 1, 2, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 97, $97, 8, 98, 98, 99, 99, $1, every 1 to 1, 2, 2, 93, 104, $5, 5, 6, 6, 105, Tom 2, Tom number 2, Tom 2. Over there, going on. I'd have it hand. 120 now 2. 120 on money 2. 2, $122, 122, 122, 4. 124, $6, $6, 4, 6, 126, 124, Tom 2, Tom 2, Tom 2, Tom 2. Right here, $1.60 now 2. 162, 2, money 2, 4, 6, 8, 72, 4, 6, 78, 80, 91, 82, 84, 186, 88, 90, 2, 4, 96, 198, 98, 98, 198, $92, $202, $202, $202, $202, $202, $202, Marty 45, Marty 45. Okay, you're buying both of them. $200. Now 25 on the money. 50, 250, 275, $300, 300 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a half, 3 and a half, 375, 375, 400, 400 and a quarter, 4 and a half, 4 and a half, 4 and a half, 4 and a half, 75, 475. 475, 475, 50, 75, 75, 75, 75, 450. Tom, 2. 150 now 5, 150 now 5, money 5, 150 now 5, 155, 55, 60, 55, 75, 85, 95, $2 5, 205, 205, 55, 205, 10, 10, 10, 10, 15, 15, 15, 215, 210, 215, 215, 15, 20, 220 now 5, 30, 230 now 5, 40, 245, 50, 250, 250 now 5, 60, 260, 5, 70, 275, 80, 285, 85, 280. Come on now, 285, 285, 285, 280, and that'll be Marty 1, Marty 1. Over there, $70, 5, 6, 75, 76, $7, $8, $9, $80, 80, 80, 79, 80, 80, 79, fry 2. It's happening. $170, $19, $2, $170, now $2, $2, $4, $6, $78, $82, $82, $4, $86, $86, $88, $88, $90, $190, $190, $192, $22, $44, $94, $94, $196, $98, $98, $98, $2, $2, $2, $202, $224, $204, $204, $246, $26, $8, $8, $10, $12, $14, $16, $216, $18, $220, $2, $4, $224, $222, Marty number 45, Marty 45. Got a steer over there, 150, now 2.5. How many 2.5? 150, now 2.5. 2.5, 5, 85, 85, 7.5, 60, 2.5, now 5, now 7.5, 70, 2.5, 2.5, 170, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 170, D&D 92, D&D 92, 120, now 5, 120, now money 5, 35, 45, 55, 65, 175, 80, 5, 90, 195, $2, 5, 205, 10, 15, 20, 220, now 5, 225, 225, 5, 225, 220, D&D 92, D&D 92. Got a jersey. He is a steer. 130, $98, 130 on money, 2, 4, 6, 8, 42. 144, 6, 8, 52, 54, 56, 58, $60. 160, 158, 62, 54, 6, 68, 172, 4, 6, 78, 80, 180, 180. Take him right along if you want him. 180, 180, 180, 180, 178, D&D 92. 2 head. 2 head. Okay, got a little knot there on this side. 85, $86, 85, $86, 85, 86, 85, money 6, 85, $86, 85, $86, 86, 85, 86, 85, 86, 85, Marty 8, Marty 8, Marty 18, Marty 18. Two big ones, two big ones, two big ones. 149, $2, 142, 46, 46, 146, 146, 48, 48, 50, 50, 52, 54, 6, 8, 58, $60, $2, 4, $6, 68, 170, 170, 170, $2, $2, 4, 74, 72, 4, 4, 4, 4, 172, Marty 45. Sell 3 big ones. It's half and a half. 145, 147, 140. You sell 2 of them, Jody? Two or more, 47, 45, 47, 147, 9, 149, 149, 49, 51, 51, 53, 155, 157, 159, 59, 59, 57, 59, 59, 59, 59, 157, Marty 45, Marty 45. He got two black. Sell the white one over there. Sell two here. It's having a 139 2, 130 on 2, 436, 38, 149 2, now 46, 9, 50, 150, 52, 54, 56, 158, 116, 2, with the 4, with the 6, with 8, 70, 172, with the 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 76, 76, 78, 78, 80, with the 182, 182, 4, 82, 4, 6, 88, with the 90, with the 2, with the 4, with the 96, 198, 98, $2, $2, 2, with the 4, 246, with the 8, 208, $8, 8, 206 Harris, 206 Harris, 110, 112 and a half, 110, 12 and a half, money 12 and a half, 110, 12 and a half, 12 and a half, 10, 12 and a half, 112 and a half, 12 and a half, 12 and a half, 12 and a half, 110, Tom 3, 7 and a half, 140, now 2 and a half, 140, now 2 and a half, 5, 7 and a half, 152 and a half, 55, 7 and a half, $60, 2 and a half, now 5, 7 and a half, 70, 2 and a half, now 5, now 7 and a half, 177 and a half, 180, 182 and a half, 182 and a half, 82 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 180 Harris, 180 Harris. It's having hand, 135, $36, 135, 136, 135, money 6, 7, 37, 38, 139, $9, 40, 1, 2, 43, 4, 45, 146, 7, 7, 8, $9, 50, 51, 51, 51, 151, 51, 51, 51, 150, Marty numbers 17, 8, Marty 44, Marty 44, Marty 44. Got a steer, 7 and a half, $2, now 2 and a half. On the money, 2 and a half, $2, now 2 and a half, 2, 5, 2, 5, 7 and a half, 10, 12 and a half, 15 with the 17 and a half, 20 with the 2 and a half, with the 5, with the 7 and a half, 30 with the 230, 230, 230, 230, 230, 227 and a half, lady 94. Africans having a $2 now $2, $2, 2 and a half, money, 2 and a half, $2 now 2 and a half, 5, 2, 5, 7 and a half, 10, 12 and a half, 215, 17 and a half, 20 with 2 and a half, 5, a little bit of 25, 225, 25, 25, 25, 222 and a half, lady 93. Right here. $165, now $7. $165, now $7, $9. 165, $7, 81. 69, 71, 173, 175, 79, 81, 83, 85, 87, 89, 191, 93, 95, 97, 99, now 201, 203, 205, 207, 9, 9, 11, 13, 15, 15, 15, 15, 17, 17, 19, 219, 21, 23, 5, 7, 9, 229, 31, 31, 33, 35, 7, 237, 37, 37, 37, 235, Shoat, 77. Steer $2, 39, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 230, 24, 36, 38, 238, 238, 40, 240, now 40, 240, 240, but a 238, now 40, now 40, now 40, now 42, 244, 246, 246, 246, 244, Brian Hoffman. 7 hand, 139 2, 139 $2, 132 money 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 with a bit of $2, 132, 132, 132, 92, 92, 4, 34, 36, 38 with a bit of 40, 142, 4 with a bit of 6, 46, 8, 48, 50 with a bit of 2, with a bit of 4, with a bit of 6, 58, 58, 58, 62 with a bit of 4, with a bit of 7, with a bit of 8, 172 with a bit of 4, 76, 78, 80 with a bit of 2, with a bit of 4, 84, not 84, 182, Tom 1, Tom 1. Los Niños, Alpine, Texas. 7 2 40 now 2.5 2.5 2 money 2.5 at 240 now 2.5 5 7.5 50 2.5 55 7.5 $60 2.5 5 67.5 70 2.5 at a 5 at a 7.5 at a 80 280 2.5 80 2.5 5 at 85 85 7.5 280 90 90 2.5 5 97.5 $3 2.5 at a bit of 5 3 7.5 10 at a bit of 12.5 15 at a 79 at a 20 2.5 at a 5 at a bit of 25 25 322.5 lady 94 lady 94. Two more. 7 240 $19 $242 $468 $50 $250 $246 about $8 $60 $2 $4 about $4 66 $8 68 $272 about $2 4 76 78 80 about $2 824 84 86 88 90 about 92 94 94 96 98 98 298 298 296 Marty number 11. 220 92 220 92 $220 246 a bit of $26 about a 6 228 minute 30 with a bit of 2 with a bit of 4 with a bit of 38 38 40 with a 242 240 4 446 about 8 with a bit of 50 252 54 54 54 56 58 256 lady number 95 lady 95. Right here, 280 now 2.5, 280, 290, 95, 7.5, 92 and a half, 5, 95, 295, 7.5, $3, 2.5, 5, 7.5, 10, 12 and a half, 315, 79, but 20, but 2.5, but 5, 320, 2 and a 5, but about 5, 7.5, 327 and a half, 32 and a half, 5, but 35, 37 and a half, 340, but a bit of 40, 2 and a half, but 5, but a bit of 7 and a half, 350, but a bit of 2 and a half, but a bit of 52 and a half, 52 and a half, 52 and a half, 350, lady number 94, lady 94, lady 94. African 260 now 2 money $2 66 8 72 now 4 now 6 78 80 280 282 284 86 88 90 2 with a bit of 4 with a 94 294 94 94 94 292 show number 6 $120 now 2 120 on money $2 122 for 26 28 $30 $2 $4 $6 $8 $40 2 with a 4 46 48 if it 148 146 8 if it $8 $8 146 Tom 1 7.5 $3.16 now 5 316 now 5 money 575 80 5 385 380 now 5 90 5 at a bit of $4 at a bit of 5 at a bit of 10 at a bit of 10 15 420 now 5 at a bit of 425 30 at a bit of 435 435 35 40 at a bit of 445 at a 50 455 465 at a bit of 475 at a bit of 475 470 D&D 31 D&D 31. There you go, two head. Have not been checked here. 160 now two. $160 $2 a bit of money. 466 8 72 and 4 76 78 80 with a 2 with a bit of 82 486 88 90 with a bit of 2 with a bit of 4 but 96 98 $2 $2 204 206 but a bit of 6 $6 204 show number 8 220 now 2 220 46 28 $30 $2 $4 $6 $8 $40 2 with a bit of 4 with a bit of 46 48 50 250 24 54 56 58 $60 $2 $4 6 66 266 264 871 Sell the tag over there. Sell the tag. 7290 now 2.5. Money 5 95 290 2.5 95 95 97 half 97 half $3 now 2.5 2 5 7 half 3 7 8 10 10 10 10 10 but a $10 $10 310 307 and a half capital 31. 7.5 340 now 2.5 340 now 2.5 money 2.5 345 47 half 52 and a half 55 55 7 half $60 2.5 5 67 half 367 half 367 half 365 capital number 45. Okay, weaned and vaccinated. 245, 47, 245, 79, 51, 51, 53, 55, 257, 59, 61, 3, 55, 65, 267, $9, $9, 71, 73, 75, 275, 275, 77, 9, 81, 83, 85, 87, 287, 289, about 89, 80, 91, 291, 291, 93, 93, 293, 293, 291, capital 31. Mark for ownership. Heaven here, $2.40, $240, $240, but $2 money, $242, $242, but a six, but a 50, $250, $252, $4, $54, $56, $258, $58, $60, but a 2, but a 4, but a 64, $6, $66, $8, $8.70, but a 272, but a 224, but a 4, $272, lady number 94, lady 94. Still a little black. 7 here, 270, now 5, 270 on the money, now 5, 85, 95, $3, now 5, 10, 15, 20, bit of 5, bit of 30, bit of 5, bit of 40, bit of 5, bit of 50, bit of 350, 350, now 50, now 50, now 50, 345, capital number 45. 7 here, $2.40, now 2.5, $2.40, now 2.5, $2.40, on money, 2.5, 47 half, 50, bit of 2.5, bit of 55, 55, 7 half, 260, 2.5, bit of 5, bit of 7 half, 70, 2.5, bit of 5, 7 half, 80, 2.5, 5, 85, 7 half, 90, bit of 2.5, bit of 5, 97 half, $3, 2.5, 3, 5, 7 half, 10, 12 and a half, 15, 17, 20, 2.5, 5, bit of 7 half, 30, bit of 5, bit of 40, bit of 5, bit of 340, 2.5, 340, 2.5, 7 half, 350, bit of 2.5, bit of 355, 55, 55, 7 half, bit of 350, 60, 360, 2.5, bit of 2.5, 25, 65, 7 half, bit of 70, bit of 370, 370, 370, 360, 7 half, capital 45. 240, and I tell you, 244, 244, 444, bit of 42, 94, 94, 94, over here, yellow one, 244, 244, 244, 244, 6, 8, 240 guy 50, but 252, but 4, but 6, 258, 258, 262, but 4, but 6, but 8, but 70, but 2, 274, 76, 78, but 80, but 282, 284, 84, 84, 282, capital 31. 205, 207, 205, 207, 205, 279. Money 7, 205, 7, 205, 279. 209, 11, 13, 15, 17, 219, 21, 223, 5, 227, 7, $229, $9, $9, 31, 33, 35, 37, 37, 39, 99, 41, 241, 3, 35, 7, 9, 9, 51, 53, 53, 253, 253, 253, 251, capital 31. Over there, $3 now 5, $3 now 5, $3 now 5, $3 money 5, $3 5, 10, 15, 15, 20, 5, 330, 30, 330, 330, 330, 330, 325, lady 94, lady 94, 7 hand, 230 now 5, 230 now 5, 230 now 5, money 5, 235, 5, 5, 40, 5, 50, 5, 260 now 5, now 70, now 5, 80, 285, 85, 285, 90, 90, 95, 95, $3, 5, $3, 5, 10, 10, 15, 15, 15, 315, 315, 20, 320, 325, 25, 30, 5, 40, 5, 350, 5, 355, 5, 350, and that'll be fried. 30, 7 half, 7 half, 2, what do you got? 240, now 2.5, 240, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, money, 2.5, 5, 47 half, 50, 2.5, 55, 7 half, $60, 2.5, 25, 5, 7 half, 267 half, 270, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 270, capital number 34. 7 hands, and what do you got? $3 now 5, money 5, $3 now 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 30, 5, 40, 5, 50, 5, 65, 375, 80, 5, 380, 80, 75, 80, 80, 80, 85, 90, 95, 395, 95, 95, 95, 95, 390, lady number 0000. African, 290, now 5, 290 on the money, now 5, 295, now $3, now 5, now 10, now 15, number 20, with a 2.5, with a 5, 325, 2.5, 5, 7.5, with a 330, with a 2.5, with a 30, 2.5, 330, with a 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 330, capital 92. Seven here, $2 now two, $2 now two four, 2, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 26, 228, 228, 30, 232, 4, 36, 238, 40, 2, 4, 6, 246, 246, 46, 244. Nolan number 76, 76 Nolan. Celebrate over there. Hey, it's happening. $2.92, $2.94, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 26, 226, 226, 226, 226, 224, 871, 871, 240, now 2, 4, bed 214, now 4, now 6, 9, now 52, 54, 56, 58, $60, 64, 6, 8, 72, 4, 6, 78, 80, bit of 2, bit of 282, 4, 84, 86, 88, 90, bit of 2, bit of 4, bit of 94, 96, 296, 296, 98, 98, 98, $3 2, 302, 302, 302, 302, $3 D&D 93. Sale one big one, $2 now two, $2 2, 4, 202, 204, one big one, 204, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, bit of 20, bit of 2, bit of 4, 26, 28, 32, bit of 4, bit of 6, 38, 40, bit of 2, bit of 242, 242, 2, bit of $2, 242, 240, Nolan 29. Seven here, 270, 924, 270, 246, 78, 82, 84, 86, 86, 286, 286, 286, 286, 286, 288, 292, with a bit of 4, with a 96, 98, $3 2, with a bit of 302, $3 D&D 53. Sale three big ones, $3 now five, $3 now five, money 5, 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, with a bit of 5, with a bit of 325, 30, with a 5, with a bit of 40, with a bit of 5, with a bit of 350, with a bit of 5, 355, 60, with a bit of 5, with a bit of 370, with a bit of 5, with a bit of 375, 375, 5, 5, with a bit of 5, 370, gully one, gully number one. Got a little steer now, $3.40, now 5, 340, now 5, 340, now 5, 5, 5, with a bit of money, 5, with a bit of 345, 340, now 5, 5, 5, 50, with a bit of 50, 355, 355, 60, with a bit of 60, 360, 365, with a number 70, with a bit of 5, with a bit of 75, 370, fry 30. Two big ones, $3.10, 12 and a half, 310, money, 12 and a half, 310, 12 and a half, 310, 12 and a half, with about 15, with about 79, 20, with about 2 and a half, with about 27 and a half, 330, with about 2 and a half, with about 35, 35, 7 and a half, with about 337 and a half, 337 and a half, 337 and a half, 335, Simpson 5. 7 here, 315, now 5, 350, now 5, 350, now 5, money, 5 at 60, 5 at 75, 85, at 385, 380, now 5, high 5, at 385, 85, 85, 380, and that'll be Troy 4, 380, Troy 4. $2.40, 2 and a half, money, 2 and a half, 7 and a half, 50, 2 and a half, 55, 7 and a half, $60, 2 and a half, 65, 7 and a half, 70, 2 and a half, at about 5, 7 and a half, 80, bit of 2 and a half, 5, 85, 87 and a half, 290, bit of 90, 90, 90, 2 and a half, bit of 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 290, bit of 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 290, Marty 11. $2.85, 87 and a half, $2.85, 7 and a half, 90, 2 and a half, 5, 97 and a half, $3, 2 and a half, 5, 3, 7 and a half, 10, 12 and a half, bit of 315, with a bit of 79, 20, bit of 320, 2 and a half, 25, 27 and a half, 30, bit of 2 and a half, bit of 5, bit of 7 and a half, 340, 2 and a half, bit of 5, bit of 7 and a half, 50, bit of 2 and a half, bit of 5, 57 and a half, 360, 2 and a half, now 5, bit of 7 and a half, 70, 370, 2 and a half, 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 370, Troy 4. 7 here, 330, now 5, 330 on money, now 5, and 330, now 540, with a bit of 5, with a bit of 55, 65, with a bit of 75, 380, with a bit of 85, 90, with 5, with a bit of $4, 5, $4, 5, 10, 410, 15, 15, 15, 415, 410, 15, 15, 15, with a bit of 415, 410, H number 27, is that right? H 27. A little bull there, but what he got? 270 now 5. Bull by the scale, 270 now 5. 270 now 5. High 5 and by the scales, 270 by money 5. 275. High 5 580 with a bit of 288, but a bit 80, 285, but a bit of 90, but a bit of 5, but a bit of 295 now $3, but a $3 now 5. $3 now 5. High 5, $3 capped on number 31. Sell the tag. $7 $3 down, 2.5. $3 down, 2.5. 2 in the money, 2.5. 5, 7, 8, 10, 12.5, 15, 17, 19, 20, 2.5, but a bit of 325, 7.5, 30, but a bit of 330, 330, 330, 330, 327.5, capital number 35. $3 now 5. $3 on the money. Now 5. Now 10. Now 15. 20 with the 5. With the 30 with the bit of 5. With the bit of 40 with the 5. 355. 65 with the 75 with the 80 with the 5. 85. 3 to 5. 85. 85. 85. 85. 85. 380. Troy number 12. Two little ones there. 370 now 5. 375 money 5 but the minimum 370 80 with the 5 but a 90 with the 5 but a $4 5 but a 10 415 25 but a 30 with the 5 but a 40 with the 5 455 but a 65 but a 75 but 80 with a bit of 480 475 88 80 475 D&D 32. Got a little steer, 7.5, 360 now 5, 360 on the money now 5, 70, 70, but about 5, but about 80, but about 385, 85, 90, but 95, but about 95, 395, 95, 95, 95, 390, Simpson 5, Simpson 5. 140 now 5, 140 now 5, 140 on the money now 5, 145, 140 now 5, 140 Tom 3. That's happening. 290, now 2.5, 292 in the money, 2.5, 7.5, now $3, 2.5, 3.5, 3.5, 7.5, 10, 10, about 310, 312.5, 15, 15, 79, 79, 20, 320, 2.5, 2.5, 25, 325, 325, 7.5, 327, 30, 330, 30, 30, 30, 330, 330, 330, 327.5, Troy 5.5, Troy 5.5. Evercan 330 now 5, 330 now 5, money 5, and about 45, 55, 65, but a 75, but 80, but about 85, 95, but about 95, but a 395, 95, 95, 390 Gully 1, Gully number 1. Haven't had 290, now 2.5, 290, money 2.5, 290, 2.5, but a 290, 290, 290, 290, but a bid 2.5, 290, 2.5, but out to go, 290, 290, 2.5, 290 D&D 5.3. All right, they've had a 7-way shot. It's happening at 220, now 2.5, 2.5, money 2.5, 5, 7.5, now 30, 230, 2.5, now 5, 35, 35, 235, 230, 2.5, 5, 35, 35, 35, 35, 230, 2.5, Nolan 29. That's 7-way shot. Sell big one, 220 now 2. 220, big one, 220, 4. 220 down 4. 4, 496. 226, 8. 230 with a bit 2, with a bit of 4, with a bit of 6, with a bit of 8, with a bit of 238. 238 and 40 with a bit of 240, 240, 240, 240, 240, 2 with a bit of 2, 4 with a bit of 7, with a bit of 2nd 8. 248, 52 with a bit of 4, with a bit of 7, with a bit of 8, with a bit of 262 with a bit of 4, 66 with a bit of 2nd 8. 270 with a 2 with a bit of 4, with a bit of 76, 78, 82 with a bit of 84, 86, 88, 288, 288, 286, 8, 90, 2, 292, 290, capital 94. African 240 now 2.5, 240, 2.95, money 2.5 and a 5 and a 7.5, 50, but about 250, 250, 250, but about 50, 50, 50, but $250, $50, $50, $50, $50, 247 and a half, D&D 93, D&D 93. Sell one big one, two big ones, two big ones, $2, 40, not 2, 240, 240, 240, two big ones, 240, 246, 46, 48, 250, 252, 250, 24, but a 6, but a 8, 260, with a bit of 2, with a 4, with a bit of 64, 260, 24, 24, with a bit of 4, 9, 4, 262, Nolan 26, $3 now 5, $3 now 5, 270 now 5. 375, money 5, 380, now 595, $4, 5, 10, 15, 20, with a bit of 25, 430, with a 5, with a bit of 40, with a bit of 5, with a bit of 445, 440, now 5, with a bit of 5, 440, fry 30, fry 30. Two rounds Boba Shield go. And black leg. Two Molly face, 320, not 2.5, 320 on the money, 2.5, 27 half, but a bit of 30, but a bit of 2.5, but a bit of 35, but a 7.5, 340, 2.5, but a bit of 42, 5, but a bit of 45, 45, 340, 2.5, 5, 5, but a bit of 5, 340, 2.5, Simpson 5. 320, now 5, 320, now 5, money 5, but a bit of 330, but a bit of 5, but a bit of 40, 340, but a bit of 40, now 40, now 40, now 40, but a bit of 345, 345, 50, but a bit of 50, 50, but a bit of 5, but a bit of 60, but a bit of 60, 360, 360, 355, Troy 4. 7.5, 330, now 5, 330, now 5, and money 540, with a bit of 5, but a 50, 55, 355, 355, 60, with a bit of 5, and a bit of 70, with a bit of 5, and a bit of 80, with a bit of 5, and a bit of 385, 385, 85, 85, 85, 380, Troy 4, Troy 4. Okay, they've had Covexin and Pyramid 5. Two little ones there. 290, now 5, 290, now 5, money 5, but 290, now 5, 295, $3, but a bit of $3, $3, but 295, now $3, 295, $3, but a bit of 5, but a bit of 10, but a bit of $10, 10. You do that, 3, 10, 15, 315, 20, but a bit of 20, but a bit of 20, with a 15, 20, 20, 20, 315, D&D 23, D&D 23, 220, now 2, with a $2, now 2, money 2, 222, 22, with a bit $2, $2, 220 capital 9-4. 310, 12 and a half, 310, money 12 and a half, 15, 79, 20, with a bit of 2.5, with a bit of 320, 2.5, 320, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, with a bit of 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 320, Simpson 6. All right, they've been waiting 60 days and had black leg and triangle 5. So one big heifer. 240, now 5, 240, now 5, 240, now 5, and money 5, but a 245, 50, with a bit of 5, with a bit of 60, with a bit of 260, 260, with a bit of 60, with a bit of 260, 255, shoot 6. African 7.5, but a 280, now 2.5, 280, 2.5, 280, now 2.5, money 2.5, but a 225, 85, 85, 7.5, 287.5, but a bit of 87.5, but a bit of 90, but a bit of 290, 2.5, but a 90, 2.5, 5, 95, 95, 7.5, but a bit of $3, but a bit of $3, 297.5, shoot 6. Same story, 290, now 2.5, 290, all money 2.5, 97.5, $3, 2.5, 378, 10, 12.5, 15, with a bit of 79, 20, 2.5, with a 5, with a 7.5, with a 30, with a 330, 2.5, 330, 2.5, 30, 2.5, with a bit of 330, 2.5, 330, Troy 4. Okay, black leg and IBR. Sell big ones, everybody. 250 now, 2.5. 250, 2.5. Money, 2.5. 5, but a 7.5. $60, 2.5. 5, 7.5. 70, 2.5. 5, 7.5. But 80, but 280, 280, 280, 80, but 80, but 2.5, but 2.5. 82.5, 280, 2.5. 280, and that'll be Lady 95, Lady 95. 290 now, 2.5. Money 2.5 now, 7.5. And $3, but 2.5, but 302, 5, 7.5. 3, 7, 8, 10, 12.5, but 15, but 79, but 20, but 2.5. 320, 2.5, but 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, but 2.5. 320, D&D 5, 350, D&D 50, D&D 50. Mesa Tea Kettle. At Triangle 5 and Calvary 9. 2 big ones, sell 2 big ones. 7, 350 now 5, 350 now 5. Money 5, 60, 70, 370 now 5, 80, 80, 5, 90, 390, 85, 90, 90, 95, 95 now $4, $4, 5, 5, $4 now 5. $4, Lady 94, Lady 94. 7, 350 now 5, 350 now 5, 5, 5, 355, money 5, 355, 5, 60, 5, 70, 5, 380, 5, 85, 90, 5, $4, 5, 405, 405, $4 fry, 30. Steer $3 now 2.5. 3 to money 2.5. 7.5. 10. 12.5. 15. 7. 15. 79. 20. 320. 2.5. Now 5. 7.5. 30. 32.5. 330. 2.5. 2.5. 2.5. 330. Simpson 6. $4 now 5 and money 5 $4 now 5 $4 now 5 10 and 15 15 14 15 20 5 30 5 440 now 5 50 5 60 5 465 5 460 D&D 32. Holy Bacon sell 2 little ones. 340 now 5, 340 now 5, money 5, 50 with a 5, 355, 65, and 65, 75, 75, 85, 385, 90, 90, 90, 90, 390, 385, Simpson 5, Simpson 5, 330 now 5, 330 on money 5, 330 now 5, 5, 335, 35, 35, 335, 330, Simpson 5, 5. Hey, same good cattle. You'll like them there. 320 now, 2.5, 5. 327, 30, but 330. 3. Hope one for need to. 330, 330. Now 2.5, but 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 330, 2.5. 3. Hold one, everybody. 330, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, but 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. 330. Simpson 6. $7, 310, 15, 20, but 320, 15 on money now 79, 315, 79, but 79, 79, 79, 79, 79, 315 D&D 50. Heifers, they're live and they're good, and you'll like them here. Headshots, ready to go. 305, 7.5, 35, 7.5, 10, 12.5, 15, 7.5, 25, but a 30, but a 330, 325, 30, yes sir, 5, now 40, now 5, now 50, 355, 355, 355, 360, but 60, 360, 360, 5, 70, 370, 370, 370, 70, 70, 70, 70, 370, 365, Troy 12, Troy 12, 280. 5, 280 5, money 5, 280 5, 85, 285, 85, 85, 285, 85, 85, 285, 280, D&D 23. Heifers 290, now 2.5, 290, 2.5, 5, but 295, 95, 92.5, 95, 95, 97.5, but $3, but 2.5, but 5, but 3.7.5, 310, 12.5, 15, but 17.5, 20, but 320, 2.5, but 5, but 7.5, but 327.5, 327.5, 325, Troy number 55. 7 and a half, 290, now 2.5, 290, now 2.5, 290, but debate 2.5, 290, 2.5, money, 2.5, but 290, but debate 2.5, 290, 2.5, 290, 290, 290, 290, 290, but 290, 2.5, 290, D, H number 22, H22. Okay, win 120 days. Hey. 2 rounds IBR and blackleg. 275, 280, 275, money 80, 80, bit about 5, bit 90, bit about $3, bit 5, $3, 5, 10, 15, bit 20, bit 5, bit 330, bit 330, 330, 330, 330, 330, 325, leaded 9-4, leaded 9-4. 7 here, $4 now 5, $4 on the money 5, 10, 15, 25, but it 430 now 5, now 40, now 5, now 50, now 5, now 65, 475, but it 75, 475, 75, 75, 75, 75, 470, D and D 32. That little one there, $4 now 5, $4 now 5, 10, about 15, 20, 5, 30, 5, 435, 440, 440, 440, 440, 440, 445, 445, 5, 440, Lady double O. On the scales, Lady double O. Okay, boys, they've been weaned 90 days, had a blackleg shot. It's having a 280, now 2.5, 285, 85, 82.5, 82.5, 282 money, 2.5, 80, 2.5, 280, 2.5, 282 and a half, 292, 5, 85, 85, 85, 285, 285, 85, 7 half, 290, but 92 and a half, but 92, 5, 95, 95, 297 half, 97 half. 297 half, but 97 half, 7 half, 7 half, $3, $2 and a half, but 302 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, $3, D 53, D and D 53, 7 and a half, but 7 and a half, 3 240 now 5 on the money 5 240 now 5 55 65 70 2 and a half, but about 2 and a half, 270 2 and a half, 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 but 270 2 and a half, 270 Nolan 26. Hold it. Okay, so Charlotte, $3 now 5. Sell the Charlotte, $3 now 5. $3 now 5. $3 money 5. $3 now 5. 5. $3 D and D 53. 7 here, 250 now 5, money 5, 260 now 5, 75, 80, but 5, but 285, 285, 85, 285, 285, 285, 285, 280 Nolan 26. Sell the big one, $2.40 now 2, 244, 244, big one, 240, 24, 240 now 4, now 4, now 4, now 4, now 4, 244, 444, but 242 Nolan 29. Okay, boys have been weaned and vaccinated. Of course, had 2 rounds co-vaccinate, Bovishield, and worm with Poron. Let's have a 280, now 2 and a half, 280, now 285, 87 half, 92 and a half, 95, 97 half, 297 half, 297 half, 295, 97 half, 7 half, 7 half, 295, capital number 31. Sell 2 little ones, $3 now 5, $3 now 2 and a half, money 2 and a half, $3 now 2 and a half, $3, but bid 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 little ones, now 5, 305, 302 and a half, 5, 305, 305, 305, 305, but about 305 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 8 10, you do it, 7 and a half, 3 5 7 and a half, 305, Troy number 55, Troy 55. 290, 2 and a half, over there, 2 and a half, 290 now 2 and a half, 5, money 5, 290, 2 and a half, 290, 2 and a half, 290, One over there. 95. 7.5. $3. Now 2.5. 302.5. 5. 305. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 305. D&D 93 on the scales. Every kind, $7.5. $2 now two. $2 now two. 4. 202. 204. 246. $8. $8. $208. $208. 268. $208. $8. 206. D&D 71. 871. 871. Okay, boy, Charlie Blanick, there's been waiting 34 days. Seven a 280, not 2.5, 7.5, but a 90, 2.5, but a 290, 2.5, 95, 95, 290, 2.5, 95, 295, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 290, 2.5, capital 31. 7.5, 240, now 2.5, 240, 2.5, 7.5, 50, 2.5, 55, 7.5, $60, 2.5, 5, 7.5, 70, but 2.5, 270, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 270, 2.5, 270, Nolan 26. 7 here, $3, now 2.5, $3, 2.5, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12.5, 15, 17.5, 20, 2.5, 327.5, 30, but 330, but 327.5, 30, 330, 330, 330, 330, 330, 327.5, Troy 4. 7.5, 330, now 5, 330 on the money, 5, 40, with a bit of 5, with a bit of 50, with a bit of 5, with a bit of 60, with a bit of 5, with a bit of 70, with a bit of 70, 375, 80, with a bit of 80, 80, with a bit of 80, 380, 85, you do it, 80, with a bit of 380, 380, 380, 380, 380, 77.5, 375, Troy 3. Evergreen, 7 here, 230, now 24, 230, 246, 8, but about 40, but 2, but 4, 6, 8, but 52, 252, 4, $6, $8, $60, $2, $4, $6, 8, 72, 4, 6, 78, 80, but 2, 82, 84, 86, 86, 286, 286, 286, 284, H71. Dean Kennel, on your pass out, win 30 plus days. Vaccinated with 7-way and 2 rounds Boba Shield Gold. Worm with Ivomec pour on. $3 now 5. $3 now 5. $3 now 5. 5 and money 5. 10 and 15, 20 with the 5, but 325. 325. 2.5. 320. 2.5. 2.5. 2.5. 2.5. 2.5. 320. D&D 5-3. Same cattle right here. 270, now 2.5. On money 5, 7.5, 80, 2.5, 7.5, 90, better 290, 2.95, 97.5, $3, 2.5, 5, 305, 305, 305, 305, 302.5, D&D 94. Every kind, 7.5, 150, now 2, $150, $2, $2, 150 on the money, 2, 4, 6, 8, 62, 164, 166, a bit of $8, $8, $8, 70, a bit of 2, bit of 4, bit of 6, 76, 78, bit of $1.78, 78, 78, 176, shoat number 8. Wayne and vaccinated. Hold one little slick one, sell 3 head. 7 260, now 2.5. $260, 2.5, 2.2, money 2.5. Now 5, now 7.5, 70, 2.5, but a 5, but a 7.5. 277.5, 80, but a 280, 2.5, 85, 87.5, 290, but a 290, but a 290, 2.5, 2.5, 95, 95, 95, 95, 290, 2.5, shoat 6. $72, 40, now 2.5, money, 2.5, 240, 2.5, 5, but a 7.5, 50, but a 2.5, but a 55, 57.5, $60, 2.5, 65, 7.5, 70, 2.5, but a 5, but a 7.5, but 80, 280, 2.5, 80, 2.5, 280, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 280, D&D 93. Celebrangus heifer with the tag. 280, now 2.5, 280, now 2 money, 2.5. 280, 2.5, over there, 280, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, number 280, 2.5, 280, 2.5, 280, 2.5, 280, D&D 14, D&D 14, $3.10, 12.5, 310, 12.5, 15, 17, 20, 2.5, 7.5, 30, 5, with a 40, with a bit of 5, with a 55, with a 60, with a 360, 355, 360, with a bit of 60, 5 and a 70, with a 370, 365, D&D number 4. 7.5, 320, now 5, 320, now 5, 35, 45, 55, with a 360, 5, with a 365, a 70, with a 5, 375, 80, 80, with a 390, 80, with a 80, 380, 380, 375, lady, 9.3. Seven here, 330, now 5, 330, now 5, 5, with my money, 540, with a 5, with a 50, with a 5, 355, 350, now 5, with a 55, 5, 5, 5, with a 5, 355, 355, 350, Troy 4, 7 here, $4, now 5, $4, now 5, money, 5, with a $4, now 5, $4, now 5, 5, 5, with a $4, 5, $4, Tom 3. Two blacks, 7 here, 340, now 5, 340, now 5, money, 550, 560, 370, 75, 370, selling the two blacks. 375, 375, 80, 80, 5, 385, 385, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 385, 385, 380, lady number 9-4. It's happening at 330, now 5, 330, now 5, 5, 5, with the money, 5, with the 330, now 540, with the 5, with the 50, with the 5, 360, with the 5, with the 70, with the 5, with the 80, with the 5, with the 385, 90, 95, with the $4, with the 5, with the 10, with the 10, 15, 415, 15, 15, 15, with the 415, 20, 420, now 5, 425, 425, 1 on scales, 425. 420, and that'll be lady 9-4. $380, now 5, 380, now 5, 90, 90, 90, 385, 90, 385, 95, $4, $5, $4 now 5, $4, 5, 10, 10, 10, 15, 20, 5, 425, 30, 430 now 5, 435, 435, 435, 430, lady number 9-4. $3 now 5, $3 now 5, 10, 15, 20, 325, 30, 335, 40, 345, 50, 355, 360. Now 5, with a 70, with a 5, with a 80, with a 5, with a 390, 390, 90, 90, 85, 95, with a 395, $4, $4 now 5, 4, 5, 10, 15, with 15, 20, with 425, 430, with 5, with 40, with 440, 440. 435, Brian Hoffman. Evers, 280 now 5, money, 595, $3 now 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 325, 325, 30, 330 now 5, 340, 40 now 5, 350 now 55, 355, 60, 360, 360, 355, lady 93. African, $4 now 5, $4 now 5, 10, 4, 5, 10, $10, 10, 10, 10, 10, $405, 10, 45, $10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 405, Russell 3, Russell 3. 7 here, 330, now 5, 330, now 5, money 5, 330, 540, now 5, now 50, now 5, 355, 355, 350, now 5, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 365, 365, 360, lady 93, lady 93. And I've been checked here. 145, now 50, on the money 55, 160, now 5, now 70, now 5, now 80, now 5, 90, 195, $2, $2, now 5, 205, 205, 205, 10, $210, 10, 15, 20, 225, 225, 225, 5, 5, 220, show number 19, show 19. 230, now 2.5, money, 2.5, 230, 2.5, 230, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, about 2.5, 230, Nolan, 26. Seven hand, 220, now 2.5, money, 2.5, 220, 2.5, 220, 2.5, 5, 5, 225, 5, 5, 5, 220, 2.5, 5, 5, 5, 220, 2.5, Nolan, 26. Two little ones, two sell two little ones there, 330, now 5, 330, now 540, but about 5, but 55, 65, but 70, but 5, 375, 375, 375, 580, but 88, but 88, but 88, but 380, 375, Lady, 93. 7 here, 7, 8, 290, now 2.5, 290, 2.5, 5, 95, 95, 95, 290, 295, 5, 5, 95, 95, 95, 97.5, 97.5, $3, 2.9, 295, but 7.8, 7, 8, 10, 10, 310, 37.5, capital 90, 307.5. 307.50, capital 90. 310, 12 and a half, 310, 312 and a half, 310, 12 and a half, on the money, 12 and a half, 310, 312 and a half, here we go, 310, 312 and a half, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 315, 315, 15, 12 and a half, 15, 79, 79, 20, 320, 2 and a half, 25, 27 and a half, 30, 2 and a half, 5, 35, 7 and a half, 337 and a half, 40, 340, 340, 340, 337 and a half, capital 90. So one big heifer going out, 270, 2.5, money, 2.5, 270, 2.9, 2.9, one over there, 2.9, 2.9, 2.9, but 270, 2.5, 5, 75, 7.5, but 80, but 2.9, but 5, but 7.5, but 287.5, 287, 7.5, 285, D&D, 93. African 340 now 5 and I'm 55 65 365 360 now 5 55 70 now 5 375 85 385 85 85 85 90 390 95 but 95 95 95 95 95 95 390 Gully 1 Gully 1. Got a steer, 7.5, 390 now 5 money 5, 395 and I'm $4 now 5 now 10 now 15 20 5 425 425 5 5 30 5 45 445 5 5 440 D&D 32. Okay, black one's got a little vaccination knot. $3 now 5. $3 now 5. Money 5, 10, 15, 25, 3, 30, 5, 340, 345, 5, 50, 55, 355, 355, 360, 5, 70, 5, 380, 85, 85, 390, 95, 95, 395, 95, 95, $4, 395, Wilfred Wildy. It's got a steer, $2.20 now 5, 220 now 5, 1020 now 5, 220 now 5, 220 now 5, 1020 now 5, 5 5 225, money 5, 30, 5, 40, 240, 240, 240, 240, 240, 240, 240, 235, D&D 93, 94, D&D 94. Snyder. 340 now 5. 340 now 5. 340 now 5. Money 5. And 340 2.5. Now 5. 345. 345, 47 and a half, 347 and a half, 50, 350, 350, 350, 350 now 50, now 50, 350 now 50, number 50, 50, 50, 50, 347 and a half, Simpson 5. 7 and a half, 330 now 5, 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 money 5, 335, 35, 40, 5 and 50, 5, 60, 365, 370, 5, 80, 380, 375, fry 30. Here we go, 7 and a half, 270, now 2 and a half, 270, 2 and a half, money, 2 and a half, 270, 2 and a half, 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 5, 75, 75, 7 and a half, 270, 7 and a half, 75, 7 and a half, 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 275, capital 31. Sell black bull, 280, now 2 and a half, 280, 2 and a half, 85, 7 and a half, 90, 2 and a half, 90, 2 and a half, 95, 97 and a half, $3, 2 and a half, 3, 5, 3, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 3 is 10, 10, 10, 12 and a half, 12 and a half, 12 and a half, 310, D&D 94. Steer to 50 now 5, turn 55, 65, 75, 80, 25, 25, 90, 95, 95, $3, 5, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 320, 320, 320, 315, Lady 95, Lady 95. Sell the slick black on this side, 250 now 5 on the rail now. 255, 65, 75, 80, 5, 285, 90, 295, $3, $3, $3, $295, Simpson 50, 36, Simpson 36. $150 now 5, $150 now 5, $150 on the money now 5, $155, 60, $165, $170, 5, $80, 5, $90, $195, $195, $95, $95, $95, $95, $95, $95, $2, $2, $5, $205, $205, 10, $210, 10, 15, 15, 15, 20, $220 now 5, $5, $5, $225, $220, Lady number 95, Lady 95. Two little ones there, 360 now 5, 360 now 5, 70, 5, 80, 5, 90, 5, $3.95, $4, $4, $4, $4, $4 now 5, 10, $10, 10, 4, 10, 15, 20, 5, 30, 5, $4.40 now 5, now 50, $4.50, $4.50 now 50, now 50, now 50, 50, $4.45, D&D 32, D&D 32, $3.30 now 5, $3.30 now 5, $3.30 almighty $5.40 now 5, now 50, now 5, now 60, $3.65, 70, 5, 80, 85, 3 to 5, 90, 90, 90, 390, 3 to 5, 90, 90, 90, 90, 385, Troy, 3. Two little ones, $4 now 5, $4 now 5, money 5, and 10, and 15, 20, 5, and 30, 5, and 45, 55, 465, 470, 5, 475, and 75, 75, 75, 75, 470, fry 30. Sell them right here, $3, 10, 15, 3, 10, $15. On the money, 15, 3, 10, 3, 15, 15, 15, 3, 10, 15, 3, 15, 15, 15, 15, 3, 15, 3, 10, Simpson, 5, 5. 7 here, $4 now 5, $4 now 5, money 5, $4 now 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 30, 5, 45, 445, 50, 55, 455, 455, 460, now 5, now 70, now 5, 475, 475, 75, 75, 470, D&D 32. 7 and a half, 7 and a half, $3 now 5, $3 now 5, 5, $3 now 5, $3 now 5, $3 now 5, 5, 302 and a half. Money 2 and a half, 302 and a half, 302 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, 305, 305, 37 and a half, 37 and a half, 37 and a half. 305, capital number 31. 7.5, 360, now 5, 360, now 5, right here we go, 360, now 5, 360, pretty good right here, 360, 2.5. Sell up, one big one, 330, now 2.5. The big one here, 330, 2.5, 330, 2.5, 335, 35, 37.5, 340, 340, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 340, capital. 35, cap 45, cap 45. 7.5, 370, now 5, 370, now money 5, 5, 5, 375, 375, 5, 5, 75, 370, fry 30. 7.5, 7.5, 260, now 2.5, 5, 2.5, 5, 265, 5, 5, 2.5, 265, 5, 5, 262.5, Nolan 56, Nolan 56. Two little ones there. 330, now 5. 330, now 5. At the money, 540, 555, 360, 365 at a 70, 375, 80, 85 at a 90, 90, 93, 98, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 390, lady 94. Seven here, $3 now 5, money 5, $3 now 5, $3 now 5, 555, 305, 305, 305, 305, 305, $3 D&D 53. Half kind 7.5, 315 now 5. On the money now 5, 65, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 395, $4 now 5, $4 now 5. $4 now 5, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, better $10, 10, 410, 410, 410, 405, Wilford Wildy. 7 here, 360, now 5, 70, 370, 70, 65, 70, 5, 80, 85, now 90, now 5, $4, now 5, $4, 5, 10, 15, 15, 20, 5, 430, 30, 425, lady 94, lady 94. 7 here, 330, now 5, 330, now 5, 5, 330, now 2.5, 330, on the money, 2.5, 330, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 330, 2.5, 330, 2.5, 330, capital 35. We need vaccinated. 7.5, 280, not 2.5, 280, 2.5, 87.5, 90, 90, 2.5, 95, 95, 7.5, $3, $3, 2.5, 302.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, but 302.5, $3, Simpson 37, 37s and 36s, 37s, 36s together. 250 now 2.5, 250 now 2.5, 250 now 2.5, money 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 5, 55, 7.5, $60, 2.5, 5, 7.5, 70, 2.5, now 5, 7.5, 80, 2.5, 85, 85, 7.5, 287, 90, 290, 2.5, 95, 7.5, $3, 2.5, 35, 37.5, 10, 12.5, 15, 17.5, 317.5, 315, D&D 93. Hold your gate, Lon. Okay, 2 reds. Hell, 2 reds, 2 reds. 7, 8, 216, now 2.5. 5, money, 2.5, 2 reds, now 5, now 7.5, now 70, 270, 2.5, 75, 7.5, 277.5, 7.5, 7.5, 780, 280, 280, 2.5, 8, 2.5, 85, 85, 7.5, but a 90, but a 2.5, but a 90, 2.5, 290, 2.5. 290, and that'll be Marty 11. Marty 11, 220 now 2. 220 now 2. Money 2, but a $2, 4, but a 26, 28, $30, $2, 4. 36, 38, $40, 2, but a 242, 242, 242, 248, 71. Sell the big one, 330, now 5. On the big one, 330, now 5, and 330, now 5. Sell the big one, 330, now 5. Money, 5. 335, 5, 330, capital, 35. 7 right here. 370, now 5. 370 in money. 5 and a 370, now 5. 5, 5, 375 and a bit of 370, now 5. 375, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 375, 30. 7 here, 360, now 5. 360 on money, now 5. 75, 80, 5, 90, 5. 395, $4, now 5. 405, 405, 10. 410, 15. 420, 415, now 20. 420, 420, 420, 420. Sold them 415. Glass. Thank you, sir. Glass. 7 here, $3 now, 2.5 money, 2.5, $3 now, 2.5, 5, 305, 7 half, 7 half, 7 half, 10, 12 and a half, 15, 79, 20, 2.5, 5, 25, 320, 2.5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 325, 325, 322 and a half, Troy, 5, 5. It's happening $3 now, 2.5, $3 now, 2.5 on money, 2.5, $3, 2.5, 3, 7 and a half, 10, 12 and a half, 15, 17 and a half, 317 and a half, 315, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 315 D&D 5-3. It's happening 180 now, 2.5, 180 bit of bid, 2.5, 180 now, 2.5 on the money, 2.5, 180, 2.5, 85, 7, 90, 2.5, 95, 97 now, $2, 2.5, 5, but 205, 27, 10, 210, 12 and a half, 15, 15, 79. Hold the bobtail if you need to. 217 and a half, 215, 217 and a half, 215, 217 and a half, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 215, Nolan 29. 3 Ed. That right here, 180 now 2. Bobtail no. 80 on the money now 2. $82 4. 84, 87 and 90, 2.5, 95, 97, $2, 2.5, but at 25, 27 and a half, but at 7 and a half, 25, 7 and 10, 12 and a half, 212 and a half, 212 and a half, 212 and a half, 210, Marty 45. 7 and a half, 250 now 2.5, 250, 2.5, 255, 7 and a half, 260 now 2.5, now 5, now 7 and a half, 70, 270, 270, but 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, 267 and a half, Fox 17, Fox 17. Over there, $2, 70, now 2.5, 7 and a half, 80, but 80, 2.5, 280, 2.5, 280, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 280, 2.5, 280, D&D 5-3. 7 and a half, $2, 30, now 2.5, 230, money, 2.5, 5, but 7 and a half, 40, 240, 2.5, 47 and a half, 50, 2.5, 55, 57 and a half, 260, 260, 2.5, 260, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 260, Lady 95, Lady 95, 7 and 250, now 2.5, 250, now 2.5, 55, 55, 55, 5, 7 and a half, 260, now 2.5, now 5, now 5, 7 and a half, 70, 2.5, now 5, 7 and a half, 80, but 280, 280, 280, 280, 2.5, but 80, 2.5, 285, 85, 87 and a half, 290, 90, 2.5, 90, 2.5, 295, 95, 97 and a half, 7 and a half, $3, $3, but 2.5, 302 and a half, 302 and a half, $3, Lady 95. Lady, okay, what they want? 530, the way 530. Put on 94. Lady 94. Over there, 220, now 5. 220 on the money, now 5. 220, now 5. 220, now 5. 225, 5, 25, 25, 25. 220, Nolan 27. Nolan 27. Seven and a half, 350 now five, 350 now five, 350 now five, 350, money 560, now five, now 70, now five, now 80, now five, 85, 90, 90, but 95, $4, $4, $4, $4, $3.95, $4, $4, $4, $4, $4, $4, $3.95, fry 30. So, two over there, 7.5, 250 now, 2.5, now 5, 250, 2.5, 7.5, $60, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 65, 7.5, 70, but 270, 270, 270, 270, 267.5, Nolan 26. 7.5, 270, now 2.5, 2.5, 2 money, 2.5, 275, 7.5, 80, 2.5, 85, 87.5, 287.5, 285, 87.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 285, D&D 5.3. Two reds, sell two reds, $2, now five, $2, selling two red ones. H&H out here north of town, $2, now two, money five, 205, 10, 12 and a half, 212 and a half, 210, 212 and a half, 212 and a half, two, selling the two red ones, 212 and a half, 212 and a half, 15, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 220, 222 and a half, 225, 27 and a half, 230, 230, 230, 2.5, 32 and a half, 35, 35, 7.5, 240, 2.5, 5, 7.5, 50, 250, now 2.5, 55, 55, 55, 7.5, 60, 260, 260, now 2.5, 5, 5, 7.5, 270, 2.5, 5, 7.5, 80, 2.5, 85, 85, 87.5, 90, 2.5, 5, 95, 7.5, $3, $2.5, 35, 7.5, 3, 7, 10, 12 and a half. Have this and go long, 15, now 20, now 5, now 30, now 5, 40, 5, 50, 355, 360, 5, 70, 5, 80, 80, 380, 80, 380, 375, Brian Hoffman. 7 here, $3, now 5, $3, now 5, $3, 5, money 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 330, 325, 30, 330, now 30, now 30, 330, 330, 330, 330, 330, 325, Wilfred Wildy. 7 here, $3, now 5, $3, now 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 40, 5, 50, 5, 355, 65, 365, 70, 375, 75, 80, 80, 85, 305, 90, 95, 95, $4, $4, 5, $4, now 5, 10, 10, 10, 15, 4, 15, 15, 15, 15, 20, 20, 20, 420, 420, 415, Wilfred Wildy. 7 here, $3, now 5, $3 on the money, 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 40, 55, 55, 365, 375, 375, 75, 75, 75, 375, 370, lady, 93. Sam, 120 now 5, 120 now 5, 120 now 5, 125, 125 money 5, 30, 5, 40, 5, 150, 150, 155, 155, 160, 165, 165, 170, 170, 170, 170, 165, Javier, 2. Sell the bull, $2.20 now 5, 220, 2.5, money 2.5, but 220, 2.5, 220, 2.5, 25, 7.5, 227 half, 227 half, 227 half, 225, Nolan 26. Got a steer, 7.5, $2.40, now 2.5, 5, 245, 45, 45, 45, 45, 245, 242 and a half, 5, 5, 5, 242 and a half, Nolan 56. Nolan 5, 6. Heifer, calf, and all. 900, now quarter, now half, 9 1/4, 9 1/2, 9 1/2. Got in 57 to buy 9, 7 to buy now, $1,000 quarter, high 7 to buy 1,100 and a quarter, 11 1/4, 11 1/4, 11 1/2, 11 1/2, now 75, 1175, 1175, 1,200. 1,200 and a quarter, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a quarter, 1,200 and a quarter, 1,200, $1 and a quarter, high, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a quarter, 1,200 and a quarter, 1,200 and a quarter, Tom. 12 and a quarter, 12 and you do it, quarter, half, 75, 1275, 1275. 1250. Smith, Marty 22. Marty 22. Marty 22.
Juan, Juan, your eggs are in Heather's office.
Yes. Okay, got a steer and a half a cab raising them too. Baby two, first time to town. 2,500, 2,600, 25, money, 6, 7, 8, 29, 29, 28, 2,900, 28, 2,900, 900, 28, 999, 28, 20. Youngest they can be, 29. Now $3,000, $3,000, $3,000, $3,000, $3,000, 3,000. Now 31, 3,100, 3,100, 31, 32, 32, 32. 1.5, now 2. 3,200, 31 and a half, 3,200, 31 and a half, 32, 31 and a half, 32, 2, 2, 2, 2, but $2, 3,200, 3,150, Marty 14. Second calf cow. Second calf cow, 2,500, 2,600, 25, 26, on the money, now 26, 27, 27, 28, 28, 29, $3,000, $3,000, $3,000, $3,000, 3,000, 29, now 3,000, 3,000, 31, 3,100, now 3,200, 31, 32, 3,150, yep, 3,150, now 3,200, 3,200, 3,175, 32. 3,175, 3,200, 3,200, 3,200, 3,175, Marty 14. Much fun. Sell one cow over there, way her. Where? 135, $136, 135, 36, 7, 38, 39, 141, 141, 141, able to 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, able to 141, 140 D&D 101. Okay, weigh 3 cows. 7 and a half, 128.9, $128.9, 128 on the money, now 9, $28.9, 30, 131, 132, 131, 2, 3, 4, 34, 34, 5, 5, 34, 5, 135, 135, 135, 134, Lone Star. You need a napkin? Are you bleeding or what? Or manure? That's what I thought it was. Well, you want some good fresh calves. Tell a big bull calf. There's 7 and a half, 370, 5, 370, 5, and number 1, bull calf, money 585, at a 385, 99, 55, 95, $4.95, 10, 15, 20, 5, at a 30, 430, 425, 30, 30, 30, 30, 430, 425, D&D 32, D&D 32. Bull calves, $4 now 5, $4 money 5, and a 10, 15, 20, now 5, now 30, now 5, now 40, now 5, 445, 445, 5, 445, 440 Ritter, Heifer calf, 330, now 540, 555, 365, 75, 80, 385, 90, 5, $4, 10, 15, 415, 20, now 5, 430, 435, 435, 35, 35, 40, 440, now 40, now 5, 445, 445, 50, 450, now 50, now 50, 50, 445, Tom 3. Mama's coming. From Coke County, solid mouth cows. 31 and a half, 3,200. Look at those calves. 31 and a half, 32. 31 and a half, 32. 31 and a half, 3,200. 31 and a half, 32. Solid mouth cows. 3,000 now 50. 3,000 now 50. 3,000 now 50. $3,000 now 50. Now 50. Now 50. Now 3,000 now $50. 3,000 50 now 31. 3,000 50 31. 31. Everybody's out down low. 3,100. 30 and a half. 31. Now half. 31 and a half. 31.25. That help you? 31.25. 31.25. 3,100 now 25. 31.25. 25.25. You bet. 31.25. 31.25. 3,100. Marty number 14. Check to open. 7 hand. 135, 36. 135, money 6, 7, 38, 39, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, $50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 55, 6, 57, 157, 57, 57, 156, Lone Star. Okay, boys, kids have had a subway shot. So, three little ones sell three little ones. 315, 317, 315, 17, 19, 317, 19, 19, 21, 323, 323, 335, 325, 7, 327, 27, 27, 29, 329, 327, 9, 9, 329, 9, 9, 9, 327, Simpson 36. Got a steer, 270, now 2.5, 270 money, 257 half, 80, 80, 280, 280, 277 half, 80, 280, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 280, 280, 277 half, Marty 11. 7 half, two big ones, sell two big ones, 220, now 2, 220, now 2, 4, 226, 28, $30, $2, $4, $6, 8, $40, 2, 4, but a 6, 8, but a 50, 252, 4, 54, 6, 258, 258, $60, 2, 264, but a 6, but a 8, but a 8, 70, but a 70, 270, 270, 270, 268, and that'll be Marty number 12. 7 half, $3 now 5, $3 now 5, $3 now 5, 5, 5, but $3 now money 5, $3 5 10, 10 10, but about $10 10, 3 5, 3 10, 10 10, but $10 10 15, 3 15, 20, but 20, but 20, but 20, 315, D&D 94. Open, number 135, 36, 135, money 6, 7, 8, 9, $40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 144 now 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 144 Lone Star. Sell the bull, weigh the bull. Sell the bull. Okay, he weighs 940. On the scale, 192.4, 196, 98, $2, 4, 6, 8, bit of 10, bit of 12, 212, 14, 16, 8, 216, 214, 16, 16, bit of 16, 16, 214, Nolan 29. 210, 12, 210, 212, 210, 212, 12, money 14, 6, 14, 216, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 30, 2, 234, 34, 34, 32, 46, 236, 36, 38, 238, 238, 238, 38, 38, 38, 236, shoat number 8. $1,900 money and a half. 1992, they're solid mountain cows. 2,000, now 50, now 21. 21, now 22. 2,200, now high, now 2 and a half, 2, 3. 2,300, 23 and a half, 24, but 4 and a half, 25. 25 and a half, 2,500 and a half. 2,500, now half, now half, 25 and a half, 25 and a half, 25 and a half. 2,500 shoat, 13 shoat. Is that right? 13? Put it on 15. Shoat 15. Over there. 130 now 1. Where? 130 money 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 38, 39, $40, bitty, 140, 140, 140, 140, 139 Lone Star. Boy, look at. Boy, look at him over there. 3 and 1. 32, 33. 32, 33. On money now 3. 32, 33. 32, 33. 32, 33. 34, 35. 35. 3,500. 34, 35. 35. 34.50. Do that. 34.50. 34.50 and I 50 and I 50. 50, 34.50. 3,400. Marty 14. They are tested open. Sell the big cow. 112, 113. 112, 113. 112, 113. 113. 112 on the money 13. 113, 113, 113. 13, 13, 13, 13. 112 Marty 25. 7.5. 110, 111. 110, 111. 110 on money 11. 11 on 11, 12. 112, 113, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 18, 19, 20, 121, 2, 2, 3, 23, 122, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, down 3, 122 Lone Star. 1,800 and a half, 1,800 and a half, 1,800 and a half, now half, money's in, now half, 1,800 and a half, 1,900, 1,900, now half, 19 and a half, $2,000, 2,050, 2,050, 21, 21 and a half, 21 and a half, 2, 22 and a half, 2,200 and a half, 22 and a half. Now 3, 23 and a half, 23 and a half, now 4, but 24 and a half, but 24 and a half, 4 and a half, 4 and a half, 4 and a half, 25, 25, 2,500, out of it 25, 2,500, 2,500, 2,500, 24.50, shoat 13, 15, put them on 15. Heifers 280, now 5, 280 money 5, 280 now 5, 280 now 5, 5, 5, 285, 55, 55, 90, 295, $3 now 5, now 10, now 15, 20, 325, 325, 5, 5, 320 D&D 23. Open right here, 190 now 2, $192 money 2, 92 4, 96 98, $2 2, 4 6 8 10 12, 14 16 18 20 2 4 6 8 30 2 32 34 36 38 $40 2 40 2 4 6 8 48 50 now 2 254 56 out of it $8 $60 2 more 66 8 $8 70 270 270 270 268 Marty 11 Marty's 17, has it? Marty's 71. Marty 71. 180 and I 2. 180 and I 2. $180 now two. $180 two. $180 now two. $80 two now two. 80. Spin it around one time over there. 80 now two. On the money now two. 180 $80 two four. 84 84 86 88 92. 192 92 92 92 92. 190 show number 77. 7.5, 133 now 4, 133 on money 4, now 34, 33, 34, 34, 34, 134 5, 136, 136, second out of better, second out of 7, 37, 38, 138, 9, $9, 40, 140, 139, Lone Star. $145, $146, $145, money 6, 7, $8, $8, $9, $9, 50, 115 now 1, 52, 53, 54, 54 5, 154 now 5, 5, 5, 5, 55, 55, 55, 55, 154 5, 6, 7, 156, Lone Star. Sell the black cow. 7 and 133 now 4. 133 now 4. Now 4 in the money 4. 33, 34. 133 now 4. 34, 4, 5. 35, 35, 36. 136 $6. 6 $6. 135 Marty 25. Left eye a little bit. $70 one. $70 now one. Even $1, 2, 4, 76, 78, 80, 2, 84, 84, 6, 88, 90, 92, 92, 4, 94, 96, 96, 98, 98, 98, 98, 98, 98, 98, 96, Marty 500. Tested open. It's having a hand. $135, $36, $135, $36, $135, $36, $135, $136, $135, $36, $135, money 6, $135, $36, $135, $36, 6, 7, $137, $137, $136, 7, $36, 97, $137 and a half, $137 8, $38, $37 and a half, $38, $38, $38, $38, $137 and a half, Marty 25. $2 now 2, $2 now 2, $2 now money 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 222, 222, 222, $2, 220, show number 19. 7 here, 216 now 2, 4, 262 now 4, 4, 4, 4, $4, $4, 262, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4. 264, 264, 262, D&D 53. $7 here, $3, now 2.5, $3, now 2.5, 2.5, money, 2.5, at a 5, at a 3, 5, 7.5, at a 10, 12.5, 15, at a 79, at a 79, 20, 320, 20, 20, 20, at a 320, 320, 317 and a half, capped on 90. Sell the big one, $7 here, $2 now 2, $2 now 2, big one, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 224, 6, 8, but a 30, but a 2, but a 4, but a 6, 8, but a 40, 242, 22, but a $2, 4, 246, 248, 250, now 2, now 4, now 6, but a 8, 262, but a 4, but a 6, but 8, 272, but a 4, but a 76, 78, 80, but a 2, 282, 282, 282. 280 Marty, number 71. Over there, 350 now 5, 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 5, 5, and going on. 355, 3 money 5, 360 now 5, now 70, now 5, 80, 85, 90, 5, 395, $4, $4, $4, $4, $4, 395, Letty 94. Here with the tag over there, 370 now 5, 370 now 5, 370 money 5, 375, 375, 375, 370 Simpson 5, 7 and a half, 330, 95, 330, 95, money 5, 45, 55, 65, 375, 80, 55, 85, 385, 85, 85, 85, 380, Gully 1. 7 here, $2 now, 50 now 2, 250 now 2, 252, 46. 58, 258, 258, 258, 258, 258, 258, 258, 258, 258, 256, D&D 27. Sell the bull, 270 now 24, 74, 678, 82, 282, 282, 284, 84, 86, 86, 88, 288, 90, 90, 90, 290, 58, 90, 58, 90, 290, 288, capital 31. Sell the steer. 7 here, 3, 10, 12 and a half. Money, 12 and a half, 15, 79, 20, 320, 2 and a half, 325, 7 and a half, 327 and a half, 325, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 325, Simpson, 5. Watch him a little bit. 7 and a half, 160 now 1, $160 1, $1, on the money 1, 2, now 3, 64, 65, but a $6, but a $7, but $8, $8, 9, 70, 171, every 1, 2, every $1 day, 171, Lone Star 1. $155, $156, $155, $156, $155, money 6, $155, $56, $56, $56, $56, $56, $56, $155, Marty 25. All right, I guess that's it. That's all. Thank everybody. Appreciate your business. Thank you for being here. Be back next Thursday morning, 9 a.m.